here we are. Welcome to Mayhem's Amigos. I'm TJ, and as you can tell, I am sitting in the hotel in San Antonio, and I have no co-hosts. Go figure. Big surprise, right? Nobody with me tonight. But it is Super Bowl, so obviously, unless anybody logs in and we've got other stuff to talk about tonight, we're going to make it a quick one, talk about the Super Bowl a little bit, and then I'm going to find a place around here somewhere where I can get some pizza and some wings. Because let's face it, pizza and wings is like Super Bowl food, right? You got to have it. And if you don't have it, then what's the point of even watching a game? Short day today at work. Really didn't go as planned, but that's okay, you know. I like getting my trip down here. I like spending time with the people that I know and getting my break away. But it is what it is. You got to do what you got to do. So obviously this year is not the Super Bowl I really wanted. The Super Bowl I really wanted, in all honesty, actually the Super Bowl I really wanted was Houston versus Detroit. But when Baltimore knocked out Houston, then it became, okay, what would be a good consolation? And it was Baltimore versus Detroit. San Francisco beat out Detroit. Kansas City beat out Baltimore. Here we are. This is a game that we have seen a couple of times over for the Super Bowl already. I'm not exactly excited about it, but it is what it is, and we're going to do what we can do to get by and then just try to enjoy, hopefully, what will turn out to be a very good football game on this Super Bowl Sunday. I haven't checked any of the odds yet or anything. I don't know who the odds-on favorite is to win. I have no idea what's going on as far as what's coming. I do know that San Francisco does have the stronger offense this year. And San Francisco and Kansas City both have equal defenses. So we're going to see how it's going to shape up, what's going to happen, and ultimately, which it's going to turn out to be which one's the better team. I'll be honest, this year I'm not as excited. You know, like I said, I wanted to see Houston versus Detroit, because then I'd have a vested interest. I'd really want to see Houston win it. And when that went out the window, then it became, okay, well, what's the consolation? And it was Baltimore versus Detroit. Detroit had a great team this year. Got to give the Lions a lot of credit. But the game, they didn't even show up to play their best game for their game against the 49ers, and that's where we wound up with Kansas City versus San Francisco. Obviously, Mahomes has been here before. This is going to be something he's used to. What's happening, Chris? You know, it's actually, I'm going to send Chris, it's not the game I wanted. It really is not the game I wanted tonight. Here, Chris, hang on. I'm going to send you a link to join in. Let's see. It'll take you a bit to walk through it, but well, it took me a minute to actually send it to you. Man, we just so obviously I'm at a Spring Hill Suites in San Antonio. Training here today, or for the next week. And I did something today that I haven't really talked about. And I think it's time that I went ahead and I let the cat out of the bag a little bit. Today I saw our corporate director, and I put in a request today for transfer to San Antonio. from our Austin campus, which is where I've been at since the week of Thanksgiving. So to kind of give you the idea of why, and if there's anybody interested and they're listening, that's great. I'm not gonna really mince a whole lot of words with this, and I have to, after I get through with all of this, I'm gonna kind of add to it. I came to this decision to request that transfer at right about mid-month January, because there's just been a lot of things that have been going on in Austin that I cannot get behind. I can't support. I don't even agree with them. And it's difficult for me to actually sit there and say, this is a good idea. Long and the short of it is it's been a lot of political, and that has not helped us, because the inside politics, in my opinion, especially when you're trying to train new truck drivers, should not boil over into what's going on out there in the yard and on the road and what we're doing to train new drivers. What's going on, Chris?
Oh, just as the saying goes, living the damn dream.
Yeah, well, it sounds to me, the way you've been talking lately, it sounds like a nightmare.
It has been.
So
This is
you're
my last.
almost there. You're almost
Yeah,
done now, aren't you?
yeah. This is my last year.
This is the last year on the road.
Last year. I'm sick of it. I'm sick of how easy the license is. They're just being handed out. For drivers like you and I, we had to work for it, and it's just not worth it anymore. I mean, this used to be a kind of a relaxing. I'm not gonna say job because this isn't a job. This is a career. But this used to be kind of a relaxing career,
Right.
and now it's not that it. I don't so much worry about four wheelers anymore. I mean, I worry about these, for lack of a better term, greenhorns.
Right.
I
And
don't
I
get
was
me on
kind
my
of getting into that.
soapbox.
No, no, no. I actually, that's part of why I wanted you to log in today, because I wanted to get you on that soapbox. Um, it's funny that you bring that up, because I'm training new drivers now, and the school that I'm working for. I mean, one of the things I really love about this school is we are training them on manual transmission, and we're making them go and earn it. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, like we did
And
years and years and years
exactly
ago.
like we did. Yeah. So, um, now, I mean, there's federal things that are involved that I don't agree with, but these are things I can't change. Um, have I? Corey asked if we've ran into the automatic driving trucks, and no, I haven't, and I hope we never do, because I don't trust that. I don't trust an AI running a truck.
No,
I honestly believe that driving a truck is not only a skill; it's an art form. And the art of it, what we've done, what we do, and what we are, in the San Antonio campus anyway, what we are training is, um, it's amazing. You know what I mean? And
yeah,
it's a really good program. And what we're not just training test takers, where they can test and go get their CDL and come out and they're ready to go. We're training drivers. All right, he says that in Missouri they passed the auto driving trucks, one driver in the front truck and 3 to 4 trucks following on Bluetooth. Now I don't like that.
I don't like that either. I mean,
That
Bluetooth could
that
be
scares me.
interrupted by anything. I mean, Bluetooth could be interrupted by a passing car.
Bluetooth could be interrupted by a wet fart.
Well, yeah, there is that, and I hope that you guys have a loaded trailer.
We don't.
I think every
As much
school
as
should
I
have a
wish we
loaded
did, we
trailer.
do not.
Yeah, because
I
it's
think we
so
should
easy
too.
to drive a
I'm
manual
not
on
in
a,
disagreement. I think that we
and
should have a loaded trailer and we should train what that's like. They should understand that it's two different animals when you're hauling loaded and you're hauling empty. Unfortunately, the way the structure is set up, and we've only got a certain amount of time to get them ready to test, get them passed, and I tell all of my students, I say, look, all I am doing is I'm giving you the bare basics so you can move on from student to trainee. And when you get to your job, then you're going to start to really see
well,
what this life is really.
and I don't know because we're having connection issues here, but if you're done talking, another thing,
Yeah.
that people need to understand when they're first doing this, the excitement is there. The excitement is there because they're getting their license, they're starting a new career. But the one thing that every new driver, regardless if they're going through a company to get their CDL or they're going through a school like what you work with and what we and how we got ours, if you're not used to being alone, this is not the career for you.
Oh man, yeah, no, I could completely agree with that. I mean, my years on the road, your years on the road. I mean, there's more often than not that I'll turn down hanging out with friends just to spend it with my Harley.
Yeah,
You know what I
I've
mean?
got something. Yeah, I completely agree. I mean, I live in East Tennessee now, and you know, I've got one friend, and then it's in-laws, and then my honey, and I would rather be with them than with my friends. I mean, don't get me wrong, I love my friends to death. I mean, you and I have known each other for God knows how long,
Well, it's been a
and
little
we
over
try to
10
stay in.
years now.
Yeah, and I was driving like 9 years before I met you then,
Right.
and so
And I was just fresh. I was fresh. I was a rookie out of the gate.
yeah,
Um,
and
I've
and I've
done
been out
I've done
here.
my road time now, and I'll
Yeah,
tell
I've
you,
been
I
here
mean,
22
yes, it is a
years, man.
lonely life.
It is an extremely lonely life, and you know I'm at that point in my career to where I've had enough. I've had enough. I'm tired of leaving my family behind. I'm tired of not being home when my family needs me. I'm tired of the whole the first day is the hardest, and that's something
Yes.
that's something else that new drivers need to understand. It's never gonna it's that first day feeling is never gonna go away. The first day you leave out from every time you're home, it is going to hurt.
Yeah, the saying goodbye, the knowing that you're not going to be back for a while. That's the hardest day. But then you get that first night in, and then when you wake up the next day at whatever spot you stopped at, and you get going that next day, man, I'm telling you, it's like a breath of fresh air. That's one of the best feelings I think in the world.
Yeah, and
is is the
something else
second
that
morning.
yeah, something else that an old timer told you, another old timer told me. I don't know if it's happened to you yet, but it's happened to me. I've had my wreck. I've had my fatality accident.
I managed to avoid that.
It's not if, it's when, and I believe that now.
And
I've been
I'll
hit
tell
by.
you, I knew it was coming. Something in my gut said it was coming. I don't know if it was how hard I was pushing or everything I was doing or what the case may be, but something inside of me told me I wasn't long away from seeing the black dog.
Well,
You know what
here's
I
how
mean?
mine. Yeah, I do. And here's how mine played out. I was currently with a company based out of uh, North Little Rock, Arkansas. I'm not going to say the name. I was in Circleville, Ohio. I was at a drop yard that multiple companies shared. I was on the phone with a buddy of mine. I was in a good mood. Everything was going fine. I told him, hey, man, let me get off the phone with you. Find me an empty, and then I'm going to go to the truck stop half a mile up the road, park, and then I'll give you a call. Because it was a busy intersection. And you had to watch it.
Right.
Well, long story short, my truck was in the northbound lanes of US 23. This pickup truck, no lights on, no nothing, didn't even hit the brakes. He was distracted. Um, he T-bones my trailer between the landing gear and the turn signal on the trailer with enough force that it changed the trajectory of my trailer and my truck. It drug the truck back into the travel lanes of the southbound lanes. And 2 days later, he died.
Shit.
And if I had been on the phone, I would have been found at fault. If I'd had the radio going, they came out, they did everything. They recreated the accident. I was highly stressed. So it's happened to me. I don't
Right.
wish that. I don't wish that upon my worst enemy. But I can say this: you stay out here long enough, it's gonna happen. And
Right.
it haunts me to this day. Like when I first got with Samantha, she started realizing how much it was affecting me, and it still affects me at an intersection now. I take a little bit more caution to it, but yeah, it's not if, it's when.
Yeah, no, and I don't disagree with you. I mean, like I said, I felt it. You know me, I trust my instincts.
Right.
And my instincts have more often than not been there to really save, for lack of better words, save my ass a couple of times.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
hell, Chris, we've known each other long enough that you know that's been the case. That my instincts have saved my ass a couple of times.
Yeah. I mean,
And
I've had moment. Go ahead.
and I just felt it. My instincts were saying it was on the way, and that's why I got out and I started teaching. And I wanted to show you something real quick that you might think is great. Let me turn the phone around.
Nice. That's a beautiful bike. Is that a cruiser?
That is my that's my baby.
That's a nice bike.
But I mean that's when I say I use that bike as a great example to my students. Like, hey, look, the possibilities are endless as to what you can do. Corey says he's been on the road the last 13 years and seen a lot, but not trucking, but as a driving mobile repairman. And I can imagine,
And
you
those
know,
guys, they have it hard too, because nobody moves over for them.
no, yeah. I mean, they got to deal with a whole shitload above and beyond what we got to do. Oh, damn it! I left my lighter in my hotel room.
Well, I quit smoking about close to 3 years ago.
Well, some of us just have to go ahead and rub that in, don't they?
Well, I couldn't have done it without her. I can promise you that.
Oh, I'm telling you right now. And of course, says you've seen truckers doing crazy things like watching Netflix, driving with their foot reclined, smoking weed, blasting past him. They shouldn't be smoking weed at all. That's federal guideline.
Yeah.
I mean,
When I
that's just asking to
retire,
be federally fucked.
I'm not gonna be. I'm gonna take on a more dangerous job, but I'm gonna be home more often. I'm going to be
Right.
driving a record, but you know, the students that have a family that you're teaching, I don't want to say this, but I feel like I feel like I need to.
Yeah.
It takes an extremely special woman to put up with a truck driver,
Yeah. Oh yeah.
and it takes a very special woman to stay with a truck driver.
And let me tell you what, I'm going to add to that. Not all of them are cut out for it.
No, they're not.
I mean, and Chris will attest to this. Chris met me when I first started in my career. Hey, guess what, everybody?
Oh
Here's a little secret.
God.
When I first
Oh
started in my
God.
career, I was married.
Yeah, sure was. And
Man, could she handle it?
everybody, I'm not going to go into the gist of how everything went down between him and her, but I can tell you this much. He was in my truck. I was cooking dinner, and he was in my truck. We were hanging out. I'd said, to hell with it. He's brand new. I'm going to cook dinner. I've got enough for
What a
two.
good dinner that
And
was, too.
yeah, and I made dinner for him and and his wife called him, accusing him of drinking and all kinds of shit. And
Yeah.
right next to him, I'm telling her, "Ma'am, my name is so and so. He is in my truck. We both work for the same company. We're on the same yard. He's eating dinner, and then he's going right over to his truck." And she did not believe a word of that.
None. Not at all. And like she called me today and goes, "Hey, by the way, your new company still hasn't sent over your child support." And I said, "Well, they got the notice from the state, and I've already emailed them once, so I'll email them again this week and say, hey, what's the holdup? I want my son taken care of." You know what I mean?
Right.
Chris, Chronic Chris is getting ready to log in. He said, "Damn it, give him a minute."
Damn it,
But
Doug, you rush people too damn much.
well, I said I wanted to kind of do it early today because it is Super Bowl Sunday, and I'm in one of.
Super Bowl. I
And
want to
Chris,
watch
Chris,
it.
Chris. Well, what I wanted after Houston was knocked out, what I wanted is I wanted Baltimore and Detroit.
That's what we wanted. Like my team was knocked out, so me and her we started rooting for Baltimore and Detroit, like you said, and
Right.
that's who we wanted, not these fucking, for lack of a
But
better
these
term,
two
show
were there
offs.
just a couple. Yeah, these two were there just a couple years ago, and that's my
Yeah,
whole problem with this. It's like honestly, Baltimore and Detroit were far more deserving. That was the game I wanted to see. I'm not excited about this game tonight as much as I love football. And by the way, my Longhorns did great against Alabama.
not very. They did good, but they didn't do great. They didn't. It wasn't a shutout. Thank God. I hate a shutout game. Regardless if we win or lose, I hate a shutout.
Well, you would have really hated it if it was your team that got shut out.
Well, let's put it to you like this, man. Samantha and I, back in August, we went to the Alabama Kentucky game because she's a Kentucky Wildcat fan, and of course, you know me, I'm an Alabama fan.
Right.
By the end of the first quarter, I was already bored because it was
Right.
24-0, Alabama.
Oh, yeah. Alabama, of course, in football, they blow Kentucky out every time.
Yeah, and we love football. When I met her, she was into the Seahawks, so I went back into rooting for the Seahawks. The last time I had started rooting for them was back when they went to the Super Bowl, and now I'm
Right.
back rooting for them. And she's a Kentucky fan, I'm an Alabama fan, so there's trash talk between us on that. But we both like the Yankees, and I think I got her watching NASCAR, so that's a good thing. And I think we're probably going to start rooting for the Washington Kraken hockey team.
Okay. Now, see, baseball and hockey for sure. I am 100% dyed-in-the-wool Chicago. You know that's never going to change. I love my Blackhawks. Love my Blackhawks. And yes, at least I saw the Cubs win the World Series in my lifetime.
Yeah.
You know, I gotta give them that. They got it at least while I was alive, so I get to relish in it a little bit. But the Ricketts family is actually making some decisions and doing some things this year that looks like they're trying to build up another championship team, and I'm really excited for that. I'm really looking forward to, you know, the Cubbies actually building another team. What's going on, Chris?
Oh man, I was in a bubble bath and I wasn't even looking at my messages. All
You
of
were
a
in
sudden,
a bubble bath.
yep, I most
I'm
certainly
in my
was. It
truck.
was
Nobody
Sunday
wants to see
afternoon
this.
before I do the show on Sunday. I try to take a nice hot bubble bath and relax for a little bit.
Well, you know, it's Super Bowl Sunday, so I wanted to do it a little early because of the game.
Oh, that's right, Super Bowl.
Yeah.
So where's your chamomile
Hold
tea?
on, Super Bowl.
Here we go.
Oh God! So he sparks up. We knew
I
this was
forgot.
coming.
Yes, we did.
But yeah, I mean, like I said, you know, the Cubs are finally building a team. I'm looking forward to what they're going to do.
Yeah,
And
I mean,
I'm hoping that
they didn't do too bad last year. I thought the Yankees was actually going to wind up going to the championship or at least the playoffs last year because they were on fire, and whatever happened is beyond me because it's hard to watch baseball and drive 80,000 pounds down the fucking highway.
Who did win
Right.
the World Series last year?
I don't care. My Cubs were not in it.
Exactly.
Yeah, it was Atlanta because it was Atlanta versus Houston.
Yeah.
Oh,
And
see,
the Braves
see,
got
see?
it this year.
TJ just fucked up.
What?
PJ's always
Houston was
fucking
in the
up.
World Series last year, and TJ said, "I don't give a fuck." Where do you live?
I live in Texas, but I am not an Astros fan. I was raised in Illinois, and I will be a Cub fan until the day I die.
Okay, but it still makes no difference. What is one thing that is really important to people in Texas?
Football.
Mainly football, but Texas sports.
Football.
That's like me. I love getting my ass whooped at the Legion every time Kentucky plays either Iowa or Florida.
Well, they played us and got their ass handed to them.
Now, when it comes to basketball, college basketball, I am a Kentucky Wildcat fan.
They lost. They're
I
on a
don't know
losing
much about
streak,
the
and I'm
basketball side.
laughing.
Huh?
They're on a losing streak, and I'm laughing.
What did you say, Chris?
I said,
They
I don't
are
know
on a
shit about
losing
basketball.
streak.
I know how to play it, but
Laughing.
I don't know shit about the teams or nothing.
God, I'm going to have to go back to Chronic and Trucker just to remember.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I just now looked at his screen and realized there's two Chris's here.
Right.
Yeah.
And I did invite Rage to join tonight if he feels like
God
it, because
damn.
I got a message from Adam saying, yeah, I know, right? You know, he'll take it completely sideways.
Rage in this?
Well, I mean, it'd be like an old school Unleashed all over again, wouldn't it?
Well, yeah.
I was watching TV in the bathtub because I'm one of those fucking weirdos with a TV in my bathroom.
You
Don't
suck.
feel bad. I'm trying to convince mine to put a small one in the bathroom too, so don't feel bad.
I don't like to read while sitting on the shitter, so I watch TV.
You're probably like every other grown man. You scroll through fucking Facebook on them when you're sitting on the toilet. Yes.
No, I actually.
No, it's Twitter.
No, I watch
it's
YouTube
X.
videos. So while taking a bath, I was watching TV, and I got YouTube on the thing in there, and I was watching old Chris Jericho interview, and he was talking. He asked all these wrestlers, have you ever taken a tack bump? He's like, I asked Bubba Ray Dudley, you ever take a tack bump? Yeah. How is it? It sucks. He asked Triple H, you ever taken a tack bump? Yeah. How is it? It sucks. He asked Mick Foley, you ever take a tack bump? Mick Foley, yeah. How is it? I fucking love it.
Now that sounds just like Mick Foley. I mean, let's face it.
Yep. Well, I mean, I've read his books and shit, and he actually like spent his entire
Dude,
life.
he gets off on it.
He does.
Oh, big
He
time,
was a
big
kid
time.
practicing
He gets
his
off on the
bumps
pain.
and lands in the playground as a kid. He spent his whole life wanting to be a wrestler.
Yeah. So, no, like I said, kind of going back to it, like, obviously football, I'm a huge Longhorns fan. I love my my Texas Longhorns.
I'm sorry.
When it comes to football professionally, I know we're in the SEC next year, and believe me, I'm looking forward to when we beat you next year too.
Yeah, whatever. Considering the coach we just got, yeah, right. And considering that Nick Saban and considering Nick Saban is out of retirement, he has full access to the football team. So, do you really think you're gonna whoop us?
I can barely hear you, Chris.
I said, considering that.
Well,
Nick
he's
Saban
going down the road right now.
Considering that Nick Saban is out of retirement, I'm actually sitting still at Lisa's Truck Center in where the hell am I? Moriarty, New Mexico. But I said, Nick Saban, he's out of retirement. He has an office there. They gave him full access to the football team. We have a coach that took his team all the way to the national championships just this year. That is now our head coach. So, do you really think you're going to win against us, CJ or TJ? I mean, I don't know why the hell I called you
I
CJ.
can dream. No shit.
I mean, don't get me wrong. Anything is possible, but anything's possible. But there's, the reality of it is, nobody knows what this coach is capable of with our boys. We know what he can do in the Northwest. What can he do in the Southeast? And we all know. Every one of us know. I don't care what part of the country you live in. You will not meet a more diehard fan than an SEC fan, no matter what team is in.
Oh, that's true. And I'm telling you right now, you got Texas and Oklahoma both coming to the SEC this year.
And I don't understand why Oklahoma and Missouri is even in there, or much less part of Texas. That should be, what's the Midwest Conference?
Big Ten.
Yeah, Big Ten. They should be.
The Big Ten. But see, Texas.
I bet you're surprised I knew that.
Texas and Oklahoma were Big 12, which is the Southwest Conference.
I mean,
which I keep telling you, we are the Southwest. We are not the Midwest.
I mean,
I bet you're still surprised I knew that, aren't you, TJ?
No, not really, because you're a Buckeyes fan.
Hawkeyes, get it right, fucker.
Oh, that's even worse.
hey, no. I'll tell you what,
of
win or lose, Iowa Hawkeyes have the greatest football team in the world for one specific reason, and I think I've shared it on the show before, and it's called the Hawkeye Wave.
What a flutter.
No. So, check this out.
Well, I mean, I wasn't really paying attention when you shared it there, Radar.
I've met him. He works at the museum in Ottumwa.
I don't want to meet that bastard. Apparently he's an asshole to work with.
He's actually cool as fuck.
Well, apparently he was an asshole to work with on the show.
So the Iowa Wave, there's the Hawkeye Stadium is built right next to the Children's Memorial Hospital, and on like the 7th floor or something like that of the Memorial Hospital, they basically built an observation deck for the kids to watch the football games. And every game, every fan in the audience stops and turns to wave at the kids.
And you were in the hospital at that point, right?
I was in that hospital as a child, yes.
Yeah.
So
yeah, I do remember you bringing that up.
That place will always be a little special to me.
Yeah.
So So TJ, I have an idea, and if you've already got somebody doing it, it's cool. I understand. I'll back down from it. The school that I went to, I used to go there about once, twice a month. I'd pull in, and drivers would come out to, students would come out to the truck, and they would get an idea of what the layout of one of these trucks is on the inside. With all of my gear in here. And if you would like me to do that, if you'll send me the address of the school, I'll come by every time I come through.
You know what? Let me run that by higher up.
Go
Where
ahead.
I'm at with it, though, is our school is set up a little different. It's actually set up more like a school. So 3-hour classes, and we work around like somebody's work schedule, which I really like with this school. I like the fact that they realize not everybody can come in and dedicate the time it takes to do it in a month. So we're going to work around work schedules. And I think that, for somebody trying to move into a better career, I think that's a great thing. You know what I mean? But let me run that by our corporate side. And I'm going to say I'm 90% sure that they would approve of that. But we'd have to get a heads up and say, hey, we got somebody coming in that does this, et cetera, right?
Exactly. And I won't change anything about my truck. You know how I keep my rig. I keep my truck clean. And, they're all adults.
Yeah,
there,
you're not
so,
climbing in there and finding dirty drawers hanging up.
Yeah. Yeah, so they're all obviously adults there because they're 21 or older. So,
Right.
I'll watch the profanity, but other than that, I'm just going to give it to them straight.
Yeah, and I do my best with all. Dude, you know me, and it's difficult for me to do that a lot of times, but I do my absolute level best to watch my profanity when I'm at work. Now, that does not stop it when I get home to walk in the door, close the door on my coach when I'm at home, and go, motherfucking son of a fucking whore, fucking bitch, fuck.
So, what is everybody?
And I do.
All right.
Well, I know how you are. I already know how you are, TJ. So, what is everybody's thoughts about the new coach for the Hawks, the Seahawks?
Chris,
the guy that looks like Pastor Brian had a baby with Ralph.
Well, I wasn't gonna say it.
I wish I had my bell right now.
Ding, 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 ding.
Oh, my bell is at home. Damn it.
What about the basketball player that Virginia Tech picked up?
I don't know shit about him.
Oh my God.
His name is actually
a couple days ago.
His name is actually now pronounced Noah Kanega, but it's spelled Noah nigga.
I don't have any words for that. I don't have any words for that.
I know, right?
This is,
and I even said it.
Aired over the internet. I have no words for that.
Come on, that's just.
Chris sent me that, and I'm like, "You sure it's not Kanega?"
It's actually pronounced Kanega, but the way the announcers, I see a lot of confusion with the announcers.
You probably also see a lot of silence before they say anything.
Oh, yeah,
I say his name?
And there it is. Corey even put it right there.
Yep, Virginia Tech got him.
And, now, a hell of a ball player. I've seen some of the highlights. He's a hell of a ball player. But, my God, that name. And he is as white as alabaster.
Damn.
Fucking cream cheese looking motherfucker spread his ass on a bagel.
Oh, God.
Oh, yeah.
I got a kick out of it, man. I really did. I got such a kick out of it, right? Now, there's a lot more that's going on. So, like I was saying, I've been working in our Austin campus since Thanksgiving, right? Oh, wait a minute. He says Virginia Tech is his school. Oh, man.
Hurting me, man. Hurting me.
Look, I can't root for my school because in any and all sports, my school sucks, and that's Illinois State.
Virginia Tech does have a decent basketball team.
They do. They're usually gunning and running for at least Sweet 16. But no, like I was saying, I did today. I did put in for the transfer to San Antonio, like I've been talking about, and I've been kind of keeping things under wraps as to why. So I'm gonna actually go into some details tonight as to why. You might have to. There are some reasons why, and I mean, there's some very, very big reasons why that I put this transfer in.
Obviously, one of them is for the for the better of you and your son. Obviously.
Well, it's better. Not even so much that. It's just the betterment of me being able to do more for the students, because San Antonio. The San Antonio campus and the way the program is run, and this is what I was taught to teach under, to become an instructor for this program. They have more of a focus on the students and creating truck drivers, not test takers. And I took that and I took it to Austin and I tried to implement a lot of what San Antonio was doing because they have an extremely high success rate. I was trying to take that and implement that in Austin, and that's what I really wanted. I wanted to make that happen in Austin. Between administration and, different instructors and students being encouraged to treat me like crap. One, I caught sitting on my bike. Actually, two, I caught sitting on my bike. And yes, surprisingly enough, I held my temper enough that they're still breathing.
That is something you absolutely do not do.
The only person's bike
I
sit on is my dad. That's it. I won't sit on nobody else's bike because that's just a sign of disrespect.
That is.
I don't sit on my father-in-law's bike.
But because I've taken issue with that, it goes even further. I've taken issue with that, and I did not yell. I managed to maintain my temper somehow. And
now I do have a couple of buddies.
These students went in and right.
And
like I said, I'm kind of going back to it, and well, I've been made out to be someone who loses their temper, someone who's yelling all the time, someone who is berating students and all this other stuff. And I'm like, this is not the case, folks. You really need to understand. Yeah, I was like, you really need to understand. No, I'm actually dialing myself back a lot. Because if we were out in the world and I was just another driver and I walked up and I found somebody sitting on my bike, the first thing I'm going to do is deflate their lungs. It's disrespectful. I don't appreciate it. The only times I have gotten on a student and then I pull them off to the side and I lower my voice and I say, and I bring it down to even more of a quiet talk. And I had one student that waited until I was behind the truck and then dumped the clutch on the truck in reverse and tried to hit me with the truck.
Kick him out of school?
And then got out and thought it was funny.
Ain't nothing funny about that. I'd have kicked him out of school.
And he got to talking to about, well, I told him, you got to pay attention. I'm not allowed to do that, But I was like, you have to pay attention to your surroundings and what's going on. You almost hit me with that truck. And that is a dangerous act. I should throw you out of here today. Now, I sent one student home that was arguing with me, and I finally threw my hands up and I said, dude, I'm not going to argue with you. Today's class is done. I will see you tomorrow. Just go home, cool off. I'm going to go home and cool off, and we're going to leave it at that. He called campus management the next day and complained, and I said that I sent him home. When I was asked why, I was like, I sent him home for a disrespectful attitude.
You know, if these kids can't handle TJ in the classroom, they don't need to be in the truck.
No, because that
Because
mean, you know, then it's not all
Chronic
it's not all
Chris and
sunshine
Trucker Chris. Chronic Chris and Trucker Chris knows what would happen if they came across TJ in the truck.
Well, I mean, and I grew up in a semi riding shotgun with my dad, and I've heard some of this shit coming over the CB.
So Corey's actually defending me on this. It's disrespectful teaching trade classes. You get a bunch of knuckleheads.
I'm not saying that you were in the wrong at all. You were,
Also,
you were in, you know, in my eyes, you were.
No, I'm saying Corey is defending me, not the student.
Oh.
Yeah, and he also says it sounds like a safety violation. He's lucky he didn't get tossed out of the program right then and there, and he's absolutely right. So to kind of further into where this transfer came from, there have been different things that I've been doing, and I've been working with our other instructors in Austin to improve our program, and we've done it. We got our program up to a very good pass rate. And we've been doing good, you know, but now they want to dial it back to where they're, you know, where they were at when things were being done that were illegal to the program to get students to pass. Like going and practicing on the yard at the DMV. Unless the dean is a slap ass who don't care and let the punk ass kids get away with shit. Yep, pretty much. So our director of education is the one that oversees everything, which is kind of the equivalent to a dean. And every time I have a problem with a student, this director of education goes, well, there are customers, and you have to treat them with... Wait, whoa. Time out.
They're not customers.
They are students.
Yeah.
Yeah, they are
and, of course...
But at the same time, they are paying for a service, so technically, it does work both ways.
Yeah.
Well, no, I disagree with that. Ask me why I disagree with that.
Why do you disagree with that?
Because as we were growing up, our parents paid for our schooling. Because even though you went to a public school, their taxes still paid for it. So, and they throw you out if you fucking acted up. So no, there is no. That gray area doesn't exist.
You technically do got me, and after I spoke, I thought, well, they are paying to actually learn something, which does make them a student.
Right. So, I mean, my point back to corporate was very...
I don't hear TJ or nothing.
Where'd everybody go? I don't see no pretty faces. Here, wait, check this out.
I hear you.
No one wants to show
TJ.
their face. All right, now you can't see none of us.
I had to pee. What, did you want to watch me pee?
No.
You could have at least let us know. So we're not sitting there thinking it's a connection issue.
Like you stopped
my phone's been doing stupid shit and like cutting itself off. So I've been trying to keep it on, but I don't know why it's trying to dip out. All right, so kind of going back to where Corey. I was at. Corey's right. First of all, you know, that are students, they pay for a service. They have already paid for the service. If they get tossed out, then they have to pay again. And I agree to a certain extent. Like, there are certain students that I have, that, you know, like I said, the thing I really like about this program is a lot of our students are working people that just want a better life. And they come to us to learn how to be truck drivers so they can get that better life. And I'm 100% behind that. I understand what the job is. I understand what it can be. Mine obviously turned into a great career, and that's why I'm where I'm at now, because I want to teach other people what they need to know as far as the bare minimum basics to be able to go from student to trainee and then go to a place like as much as Chris is going to cringe at this. Go to a Schneider or go to a JB Hunt or go to a Trimac or go somewhere.
Swift.
Not Swift. I am not training Swift rejects. I am trying to train better than that. But I'm trying to get them to a point where they can go on and then they can take that time and learn what they need to be a valuable asset to this career field and eventually get it to the point where I can retire. And I don't have to be there anymore. I don't have to do it. And I don't feel the necessity to do it just to protect the general fucking public. And that's my goal.
And see, those students need to realize something else. If they pass this program, they are so far ahead of the students that got their license through a company. Because if they pass the program that you guys are teaching, then they can go anywhere. They don't have nothing holding them at a company.
Correct. And I've had my students that I work with directly. They have come up and they have talked to me and they have said, what do you think is the best program after I finish here for me to go to as far as getting started? And I mean, Chris, disagree with me if you want to, but I personally keep coming back and I say, in all honesty, I think Schneider has got one of the best programs that's out there for training new drivers and getting them started.
Well, TJ, up to about a
JB
month
Hunt's
ago,
pretty darn good.
up to about a month ago, I would have agreed with you because we both got our training through them, and it was top notch. And I still use what I learned from them out here in the real world today, especially when I set up to back into a hole. But after what I saw and what I went through about a month or so ago, I don't know about their training anymore. I was at the pilot in New Albany. Yeah, I was at the pilot in New Albany, Mississippi. And there was, I parked between two Schneider trucks because I had confidence. Well,
right.
The next morning, the guy in the Schneider truck to my right was trying to leave. I knew he wasn't going to be able to get out of the hole. I knew he wasn't because there was trucks parked right in front of him along the curb. I flashed my lights. I did everything. I laid on the horn, and he proceeded on and made the turn. He knocked out my mirror. He took the paint off of my hood. He damn near took my hood off. I hit my head on the damn window pillar in my Volvo, and and then I'm honestly starting to see a lot more Schneider drivers, and I hate putting their name out there like that, but I mean, the facts are facts. I'm starting to see more of them making more mistakes than I am Swift. I hate to say it, but it's the truth. You got, and
oh shit! Guy, I think I broke this light.
Hey, I always said Schneider trucks are safety orange for a reason.
Look, let me tell you what the real deal is with that, okay? Because Chris did not have an orange truck, and neither did I. Here's the real deal. If a new Schneider driver gets caught sucking a ween, first they get a verbal warning, the second time they get a written warning, and the third time they get the truck painted orange.
If they get caught, what?
Chris is like, I'm not entertained.
I'm pleading the fucking fifth over here. I'm not repeating that.
I'm looking at the Chronic one going.
I'm not repeating
I'm looking at the Chronic one where he's shaking his head going, I don't believe it.
I don't.
That's right. Third time they get caught sucking a peen, their truck gets painted orange.
Well, this kid.
So there's a lot of cocksuckers working for Schneider.
Yeah.
Hey, TJ.
Yeah.
TJ, do you remember a guy named Dick John from the West Memphis terminal?
Yeah, I think I do.
I ran into him about a year or so ago at the West
Is
Memphis
he still with
Walmart.
Schneider?
He is still with Schneider, and even he's like, he's like in disbelief on how they're just pushing him out. He's like,
And you know,
this is,
that's what's happening.
he's like, so much has changed since you went through our program years and years and years ago. He's like, have you ever had any in-fault accidents? I said, no. I said, I've, I bumped a guy's, cab one time, but it was no big deal. But I
Right.
said, but he's like, they're just pushing them out like this, like, and apparently it's like this across the board. It's not just Schneider. It's not just Schneider. They're like on a
No.
fucking, assembly line conveyor belt, and it's just like whatever company lines up next, and I'm going back to what you said a while ago, TJ, and I'm about to say something that comes from 22 years of being on the road. When they ask you that question, you should not, and you can tell them that Schneider was good for you as a starting company, but it's best that they do their research and find what they're comfortable with, and explain
You know,
to
and
them, like,
I
listen,
gotta,
you guys are
I
gonna,
do tell that I'm very adamant when I tell them that Schneider was where I got my start, and it was very good for me. But I also look at a lot of different factors. Like my training was out of Indianapolis,
mine was out of West Memphis.
and I don't know, huh?
You heard
And you
me.
said yours was out of West Memphis, right?
Yes, yes.
I took the course for
Okay, so
Northeast
mine.
Iowa Community College, Piasta.
Oh, I got my license through a school like what TJ's teaching, but I didn't go through the school. I didn't go through the course and get my license through a company. Oh hell no! I knew better.
But our course was a lot more than what TJ's doing. We had
Well,
to
and that's another
jackknife the
thing. Like
truck.
I
We had
said,
to
there.
hydroplane the truck. We had to basically almost recreate a fucking accident in order to pass the class.
With some rookies, I wouldn't want to go there. We're going to be replacing trucks all the time. But my training was different when I went through the class, because when I paid and I went through the course and I learned it, I had to do 100 feet of straight line back, or no, 100 yards of straight line back. I had to make a right-hand turn without hitting the fucking curb. I had to do a 45-degree alley dock. That was my yard maneuvers. Now it's straight up, back, straight up, offset, straight up, parallel.
Also, here's another shitty thing about taking the course in Texas as compared to where I took it in Iowa. Texas is flat as fuck. In Dubuque, Iowa, we got hills and bluffs going all through. So one of the things we had to do was stop on a red light at a hill and then go without rolling backwards. You rolled backwards, you failed.
Well, and I mean, this is the other thing, is these are federal mandates that we're teaching. All right.
Yep.
Chris Gatewood.
Yes.
How many times have you parallel parked your truck in 22 years?
Probably 3 fucking times.
Thank you. Why the fuck are we teaching a parallel park?
I think the reason you guys are doing that is because there's a lot of parallel parking on the rest areas in Texas.
No.
Granted, most of the time
it is nationwide.
Well, because I had to do the 100-yard straight line back, parallel park, offset, sight. I mean, I had to do parallel parking, blind side, sight side. Had to do offset. I had to do a 45-degree alley dock. I had to do the reverse figure 8. And like he said, they put us on heels. We rolled backwards. We failed.
Yeah.
Yep.
I mean, all I need is 2 minutes in a truck with a manual just to figure out the slack between each gears and the slack in the damn clutch, and I got it.
Right.
Now, I'll tell you a story there based on Corey's comment here. So years ago,
Corey says
and
maybe it's on a test. He had to learn how to parallel park a bus when he got his CDL.
Oh my
No,
God, you lucky
no.
bastard!
the comment before that.
No shit, right?
Now, and I don't hide the fact.
He says
that,
he blames the damn automatic transmissions. Trucks should know how to shift and split gears, not just push D and go.
now,
I agree.
Now, I don't hide the fact that I used to sell illegal substances.
Used to.
I don't anymore. I
We're
only
on the
smoke a
air.
little bit of pot now, but I used to sell in illegal substances. And my house, I lived in a farm literally a mile off of Route 47. And I had a trucker that would come through once a month for a certain powdered substance that I would hop on the four-wheeler, run out to the highway. He'd pull off the highway. I'd hop in the truck, blah, blah, blah. But the first time I ever hopped in the truck, he had a console all the way through with no shifter. And I said, where the fuck's your shifter?
I'm fixing to
Fucker
try
was-
something, and if it cuts out, I'll come back in.
I got really
right.
mad at him because I thought he was pure hardcore, but he's driving an automatic or a manual, an automatic transmission in his semi.
So was it a white powdery substance that would keep him awake for a few hours?
It was, and that console where the shifter should have been was real handy dandy for him.
Because that's where that white powdery substance went, wasn't it?
I swear to God, the first time I hopped in the truck and met up with him, he busted out the biggest, fattest rail I'd ever seen in my life. Did it, and you want one? Ain't got him.
No.
Does the Pope wear a funny hat?
Oh, that was back then, though.
Yeah, not no more. I'm good nowadays.
One of the guys I worked with told me, and I mean, he started driving back in the 70s. And he said he walked in when he got his CDL, and he got handed the keys to his truck, his first dispatch, and the keys to a filing cabinet. Hey, get in the top drawer. So he got in the top drawer of that filing cabinet, and he goes, "What's this?" And it was a pound bag of a white powdery substance.
Go,
Oh,
juice.
that's so you could stay awake. Take it with you. You get another one next week. Another one next week?
God damn.
Yeah.
Oh, shit.
He got a pound of coke with that job a week.
You know, back in the 70s, you know,
I was like,
it was
I
probably-
would have been fucking rich.
It'd probably been stepped on 100 times before it got to him anyways.
Probably. But no, kind of going back to what I was saying. we have an administration in Austin that is trying to do things that is not conducive to the student. I want to train new drivers. I want to be here to do what I was taught, and I want to have a good step in my career from here. You know what I mean? And Chris, I know you understand that.
Oh yeah.
He drove a long nose, Corey. For the branch in Austin to keep trying to hold me back when I'm trying to implement what is being done in another location that I have witnessed that is successful, and say, no, you do it our way. I don't understand that. And when I ask them about it, they say, well, you're just an instructor. You have no say. Wait a minute. I'm the one that's got to sign off on these kids going out here and being able to run around a piece of equipment that is honestly an 80,000-pound guided missile.
Chris, did we lose him again?
And
we're here.
you want me to say, okay, this is good. But you get what I'm saying. It's like, I'm going, they want me to say, okay, this is good. Yeah, send them out there. When I'm going, this kid cannot blow his nose and look at drive, let alone try to drive a manual transmission.
Yeah,
And they're trying to push us to pass them through. And I'm like, no.
You know, I don't think I could be an
So I
instructor
requested
because
I requested the transfer to San Antonio because, one, it's pretty much the same driving distance for me getting to and from work. Two, I get along with everybody here in San Antonio really well. I had a great experience during training, and the instructors are still my friends, you know. But number three, and most importantly, is the program in San Antonio is geared towards creating new drivers, not creating test takers that could go out and parallel park, but they can't go out there and figure out how to jack off in a sleeper.
Quit telling us your past, TJ.
Without getting caught.
Quit telling us your past.
Oh, God damn it, Chris. You've done the same fucking thing.
There's a reason why I never went to the bunk of your truck, motherfucker.
Hey.
There's a reason I never went in the bunk of yours either. Oh my God.
Oh God,
Rage is in here.
Ow!
Rage, what the fuck?
Dude, go into your settings and turn off echo cancellation.
There's something,
goddamn.
God, it sounds like I'm on an echo.
Right?
Right?
Hello. The guy in the red Peterbilt. I see you're smoking a peen. Oh, now it's not echoing.
Hey, if you're a truck driver and you ain't gone in the bunk of your truck and rubbed one out, can you really say you're a truck driver?
Not really, no.
Well, yeah, you can, because you can still say you can still drive a stick.
Corey has a question for Trucker Chris.
All right.
He asks, when you're going down the backside of Mont Eagle on 655, does he push in and just use his brakes?
I don't know about the rest of them, but my
dumb ass had enough to hit the brakes. I put my damn tank on for a couple of years.
Did you hit your echo
cancellation range?
God
damn, how the fucking
Rage is
rage is that new?
Dude, do you have AirPods
or something?
All I hear
is feedback.
Dude, when do I ever
do this?
You should be able to do it right there. Hey!
Hey!
There we go.
Who the hell was causing
All
that
right.
shit? Was that Rage?
Rage says he's got headphones. Here, I'm gonna chat I'm gonna put it in a private chat. Go to your settings. Click audio. and click cancel echo. That should do it.
Oh, I fucking hope.
Oh, we
my
lost
ears
you.
Can't take it much more. My ears
Fuck,
couldn't
that
take much
hurt.
more of that. God damn. But you know, TJ, I got to give you props. I got to give you props, TJ, because you're able to do something that I'm not able to do. I don't think I could
Have
be
the
an
patience
instructor.
to teach.
I have the patience to teach, but what my problem is I would want to just, I would want to put
Check,
my,
check,
just.
1 2 1 2.
Oh goddamn! I can hear
Fucking
you so much better.
touchdown, Rage!
Now I can't hear any of you.
Well, we can fucking hear you.
Dude, oh my god. Turn up your volume.
Well,
Oh my god, that sounds so
hold
much
on,
fucking
hold
better.
on. Say something.
Fucking right!
Yep, I can hear you
Fucking
now.
right. My god. Now we're not getting overpowered. Chronic Chris, say something.
Yo,
What's up, Rage?
What up, fuckers?
Oh my god.
And then you got
God.
Trucker Chris.
Rage, what's up, you sorry
FUCK.
bastard?
Fuck off. Fuck off.
Ain't sorry bastard after the shit last night.
Oh god. Dude, I'm telling you. Alright. So
Hey, Rage, have you ever
let's-
done a tack bump?
A what?
Have you ever done a tack bump?
Jesus Christ, I've wrestled in thumbtacks, barbed wire, light tubes, glass panes, caskets, gusset plates, syringes.
Well, earlier I watched this thing, and have you ever done a tack bump?
Yes, I bumped into 15,000 thumbtacks.
How was it?
It feels like acupuncture.
Okay, it sounds like Rage and Mick Foley are the only two in history that like a tack bump.
Can I say something else? I enjoy fucking getting the whole barbecue skewer spot done in the head. I enjoy bumping in glass and fucking barbed wire. Gusset plates, sawed off can boards, all that shit. I get done with a death match and my dick's on hard.
Right on.
And your wife's on dry.
You know, my wife is usually on her knees. And I will say this.
Trucker Chris?
Wait. Who compared me to Mick Foley?
That would be
Chronic Chris.
Well, apparently
Okay,
Chris Jericho, because he's asked a bunch of wrestlers, or no, it was The Edge. My bad. He asked a bunch of wrestlers, "Have you ever done a tack bump?" And they're all like, "Yeah, it fucking sucked." And Mick Foley was the only one that was like, "Yeah, I fucking loved it."
Right. That's Foley.
Well, Mick Foley has never been, right in the head.
Okay, hold on.
No.
Hold on.
Well, yeah,
Now we're
Foley ain't right in the head.
Okay, we're talking deathmatch stuff. Mickey Knuckles doesn't mind thumbtacks. Masada don't mind thumbtacks. Sammy Callahan don't mind thumbtacks. And if you're gonna put me in that group with those people, that's an honor for me.
Right on.
Okay. I'm going to do the same thing to Rage that I did to Trucker Chris here a little bit ago with one codicil. I'm going to say, Rage, you will never take this into you will never have this for one of your matches.
What? A motorcycle?
My baby.
Oh, that's fine. You can have your baby, but yes, I rode a motorcycle to the ring. Nice try.
I'm telling you, you will never have mine for one of your matches.
I don't care about having yours. As long as I have nights like I did last night, I don't give a fuck what kind of presentation the company tries to give me. I do it my way and I get myself over.
Well, what happened last night?
I was wrestling I wrestled at the University of Illinois last night.
Right on.
There's still a University of Illinois.
Yes, and I wrestled at it last night.
How's the construction
Do they
coming
have a
along?
football team?
I don't know. I don't give a fuck. I'm a Michigan fan.
How's the construction along the way?
Dude, coming from Lincoln to fucking Champaign was beautiful.
72, they usually don't work on that much.
Well, did they get
You
that
know-
shit along 74 done yet?
Well, I haven't been on 74. I was on 72 dipping over.
Since Rage is a Michigan fan, he's probably very happy that his team won the Nationals.
I am
I
very
think so.
pleased that I'm very pleased my team won the Nationals. I wore my Michigan jersey. I put my Michigan blue and gold face paint on, and we went to work that day, boys.
Blue and gold.
The only reason Michigan won it is because the Longhorns got knocked out by Washington.
Very true.
If Texas would have got past Washington, you would have been fucked.
We might not necessarily won, but we wouldn't have gotten muggle fucked either.
Well, I'm not saying that it would have been a blowout. That would have been a hell of a fucking game.
That would have been a dogfight because Texas's defense and Michigan's offense are the top two in the fucking country. And if those two would have went head up, it would have been a low score, high impact game.
Yeah, it would have.
And that would have been a game I would have been sitting there eating popcorn for, seeing who got their helmet knocked off first.
Not like tonight, man. I mean, I was just telling Trucker Chris, and I told Chronic Chris the same thing. The game I wanted when Houston got knocked out this year, the game I wanted for tonight was Baltimore and Detroit. And I'm telling you, I got fucked out of that whole thing.
Oh, yeah, you did.
Well,
With
and
no
I'm not
lube
real
either.
thrilled with that.
No lube, and
well,
you got anal
and I'm not
fucked.
thrilled with that.
Well, you know the 49ers are going to win tonight anyways.
Yeah,
They're
that's
gonna
what I'm
win.
expecting.
They're going to win
That's the hard
tonight,
part.
and
Is
it's
they
going
got
to
the
be
number
more
one
of
offense
a...
in the fucking league right now.
Right.
Well, you know the Taylor Swift conspiracy with the 49ers.
She's gonna go.
Okay,
Because she's banging
stop.
somebody there too.
Stop. Don't talk conspiracy bullshit. Don't talk Taylor Swift. Little T Swift needs to go and cry again after Kanye cuts her off from another award ceremony and puts the
Goddamn,
fucking blonde
man.
little... And
Oh,
puts
no.
the blonde...
Kanye,
Hold on.
What Kanye?
Hold
did?
on. Let me finish. And then cried like the little blonde trailer whore she actually is.
That's
I mean,
great.
little blonde trailer whore.
I mean, Jesus Christ, you play her album forward, it's the same bullshit every time. You play it backwards and it brings back the Antichrist.
Hey, I'm here.
Bullshit, I'm right here, motherfucker.
Well,
I
at
had a
least you
student
don't play-
tell. I had a student tell me that I'm not violent enough.
Okay.
Did you just-
And
Last
that I'm
night,
not scary.
I smacked my tag partner in the face harder than The Rock smacked Cody.
I was wondering if we were going to get to that or not.
Oh, we're gonna go here because I'm sorry, just
Yeah.
because.
Do we have enough
Just
airtime
because-
for this?
Yes, we do.
Oh, we got all the airtime I want.
And I'm gonna put it simply like this: two things. One, nepotism, and two, just
Yeah.
because The Rock jumped on the board, he thinks he can jump right back into WrestleMania. Well, if that's the case, why didn't you throw CM Punk out of the fucking Battle Royal, you dumb fucking Samoan son of a bitch?
You know what? And I'm kind of pissed about CM Punk getting his tricep hurt. You know why?
That was a Drew McIntyre thing.
Dude, I really wanted though. I wanted it to be Punk and Rollins at WrestleMania.
Do we not see the shirt?
We see the shirt.
And you guys asked me about last night, right? I'm going to go into that. I wrestled at U of I at a Lucha Libre show. I carried out a Mexican flag piñata. Started asking the crowd who wanted the pin. No, hear me out. Hear me out.
I see where this is going to go. It's going to be smart ass.
I got the crowd
right now.
I got the crowd popping for the piñata. You know, I was walking around seeing who I'd give it to. There was one of the board members of the Latino thing there at the U of I, right in the front row. Front row. She looks right at me, and I go, "Would you like to have the piñata?" And she was like a 29-year-old, redheaded, big-titted, fucking hot-ass bitch. Straight fucking fire. Well,
That's good, dude.
Hold on. She started reaching for the piñata. I'm holding it with my left hand. With my right hand, I pulled my railroad spike out of my trunks and started shredding it right in fucking front of her to the point where she pissed herself.
Hey, Rage.
Yo. That's fine. I don't drink.
Hey,
I know you
know
don't.
that.
You gave it up.
But I pissed.
1, 2, 3.
Hold on, real quick, Rage. If TJ wants to gloat, I put a new filing cabinet in the studio the other day, and let's just see what's
The
in it over
Motorhead
here.
cabinet, you dick! I wanted that.
You got you a bottle of Jack in there. No?
You got the fucking Motorhead cabinet, you dick! I wanted that.
No, I didn't get a Motorhead
No,
cabinet.
he's got Motorhead whiskey.
Oh my God. That might be the one thing I would break my sobriety for. Just because it's Motorhead whiskey. But no, then to the match.
Hey, it's good too.
Had a very good fucking match last night. It was myself and some kid named Joey Mack against, and TJ, you'll know the next name.
Good, dude.
Against Trick Davis. Yeah, Trick Davis.
No shit.
And some fucking gay crossdresser named Julian. No problem with what she does. You know, that's her business. More props for being authentic. Well, she got thrown into our corner last night. I took her long Bianca Belair type hair and wrapped it around her fucking throat. Pulled her outside onto the ring apron and was hanging her by her hair.
Dude, I gotta admit, right? I'm glad you bring up Bel Air.
Okay,
right, everybody, go ahead and finish up.
Please, because I don't want to lose this. I took this whole crowd on a full roller coaster because Trick and I got back in the ring. He hit me with a flash knee. I hit the ropes. He tried to grab me. European uppercut. The crowd got pissed. He stumbled back into the corner. Run in, big fucking Vader splash. The crowd screamed. I hit him with the Umaga and Tumbleweed combo right after that. The crowd's begging me to stop, that I'm killing the guy. Last but not least, I got to the second rope and I went for the Vader splash. I had three fucking people run from the crowd, get to the corner where I'm at, and begged me not to do it, that I'm going to end the man's life. I'm sitting there, I flip off the whole crowd, look down at Trick, and I go, I'm going to kill this bitch. I jumped off, he rolled in, I hit the mat, the whole crowd fucking stood up and popped. That's how you fucking work a goddamn crowd, and that's how you fucking get the roller coaster effect. Match of the night, MVP of the show. Hold on, match of the night, MVP of the show, and now I have 3 companies blowing up my fucking phone trying to get me to work for them. One of them's my brother's company, 0-1.
Did you get a chance to hit the gunslinger?
Oh, I did one better. I hit the gunslinger into a backbreaker, and my tag partner went off the second rope with a double stomp.
Damn!
Well,
and then after the match, he got pinned because I hit my head on the ring post. I was outside selling it. I got up. He pushes me and goes, "We lost this match because of you." I go, "That's kind of funny. 90% of this, bitch. I was on my feet. Where were you? On your back like the bitch you are." He pushed me. I smacked him so hard in the face, it knocked him out. And then I drug him to the back by his mouth with my railroad spike.
So before we get into WrestleMania predictions, I gotta say it.
Boo! Fuck WrestleMania. Fuck WrestleMania. Watch Wrestle Kingdom by New Japan.
Well.
Can I finish?
Before you go on. Oh.
Yeah, let TJ finish, y'all.
Yeah. All right. I want everybody to take a look at tonight. Take a look at tonight. There's Rage. There's the Chronic one. There's the Trucker. You want to talk about what made Mayhem Unleashed be the show that it was?
When in doubt, pinkies
you got
out.
It right here tonight.
Yeah.
And I'm sorry. Now we're going there. I'm going to shoot for a goddamn minute. If it wasn't for me being a wrestler, if it wasn't for me being a goddamn wrestler and me knowing TJ, Tim Givens, Jason Wellhite, and Sage Ramsey would have never been on this goddamn show. They wouldn't have tried to say it was Mayhem Unleashed. Honestly, those Springfield fucking fuckboys should call it Bitches Unleashed because they don't do nothing but bitch moan and they're 40 fucking milers.
Well, let me put it this way. They can't use that name.
Oh, I know you got copyright and by law.
Mayhem
they try to
Unleashed
use that.
Is still owned by me.
I know, and I messaged Ramsey and told him that, and he was all like, "Well, we don't give a fuck." And I go, "Yeah, the only reason you don't give a fuck is because you're too busy getting fucked in the asses like your little bitch ass Tim Gibbons." And Tim Gibbons, I know you're probably being slick and listening to this.
You kind of broke up there, brother, so you got to say that again.
Tim Gibbons is a bitch. Tim, I know you're listening.
No, you said something to Sage. What was it you said?
Oh, instead of you guys saying you fucking this, that, and another, you're getting fucked like the little bitches you are, like that little fucking fuckboy Tim Gibbons. And Tim, I know you're probably listening.
Like I said,
you're listening, sneaking in on TJ's podcast, trying to get dirt. So I know you hear my voice. I'm in Lincoln. You're in Springfield. So if you want to do something, pull up like the little hoe you are. Because if you ever go around telling people I shot myself in the leg again, I'm going to walk right into Portillo's, kicking that fucking door open, and I'm going to smack you around like your wife does. Fucking hoe.
Hey, Trucker, you missed this shit?
Brings back old memories.
I'm telling you right now, Tim Gibbons, Napier.
It does. We had some good times on that show.
Fuck yeah.
Tim, Napier, Limbo, and Kid Riot all had a private group chat saying that I shot myself in the leg for street cred. Well, guess what? I know you fuckers are listening.
Oh, you did that shit too, man?
No, never that, because I lost out a trip to Japan and I lost out on a trip.
I wasn't the only one.
I lost out on a trip to Japan and I lost out to a trip to England. Sorry, instead of being 40 milers, at least I'm trying to advance my career. Fucking pussies.
All right, so here's the thing. Like,
and then was
I'm gonna go back and I'm gonna say it again. They split off. They did their own thing. Fine, great. Dragon keep trying to drag me into the mud, and I'm getting pissed. Dragging down Asgard Radio while you're at it, that's making me even more fucking pissed. The fact of the matter is they went their own way. Leave shit alone. You're doing what you're doing. We, as a collective, the group that I have sitting right here, right now, we decided we're going to continue and we're going to move forward. Are we going to do 3 days a week? No, we're doing one. Right, Chris?
Yep.
Yes. And can I take a moment real quick here? Because you brought up the bottle of Motorhead.
Yeah.
And then Rage got all excited about it. And now I have to tell you that this bottle of Motorhead Rage is not for me. Saturday, April 13th, we are having a show at the Top Fuel Saloon. We have Old Fat Bastard and the Dirty Sphincters, Pit Lord.
I still
Prison
say that
City
needs
Brigade.
toilet paper.
Prison City Brigade, the Almas, and Heartsick. We also have a burlesque show going on in between some of the bands. We're having a 50-50 raffle, a silent auction for a Vince Neil signed guitar hanging on the wall over there right now at the
Oh, hold on. Now, since I'm where I'm at, is there any way I can get in on that fucking silent auction for Vince's guitar?
Yes, you can. Because of where you're at, this event is actually happening right up the road from you.
Where at?
This is Saturday, April 13th at the Top Fuel Saloon in Braidwood,
Top Fuel
Illinois.
Saloon.
Also, for raffles, we have a bottle of Kiss Gin, or a Kiss Black Diamond Rum, a bottle of Blackened with the original 3 albums, or the original 4 albums from Metallica, a bottle of Motorhead, and a bottle of Def Leppard gin. Those are all going to be raffled off. While we're doing the events.
Hell yeah! You know what? I just might show up.
Well,
I won't bet. I won't.
Now,
The only 2 items I'll bet on is Vince Neil's guitar
Go ahead.
and the Motorhead.
All right, Chris. Not to mention that as soon as I could get fucking spatial audio to take care of my goddamn Sam Broadcaster,
Mm-hmm.
Rock and Roll Mayhem is coming to Asgard Radio Tuesday and Thursday nights with me hosting, and there's a very good chance that I got a knucklehead that's ready to shotgun seat.
Who would that be?
You.
Am I unrestricted?
You want to bring back the days of old? No, we are not restricted. Internet radio, we can do what it takes to be done. You want to bring back the old days with independent music being the focus? Let's bring back the old days.
Hey, I'm there, and I will tell you one independent artist who everyone doesn't think's independent, but he is. His label's independent, and that's Tech Nine and Strange Music. That could be someone with. I'll focus on some Tech Nine, even though his songs with Corey Taylor are fucking fire.
But you also got to remember, we are the station. We are licensed for rock, metal, in that genre.
Okay, well, Tech Nine's music is not considered rap either.
I know he does. He does have some rap songs, but he also does have some rock songs too. And I've been known to push the boundaries with some songs like RZA from Wu-Tang Clan did a thing with Ozzy.
Yeah, and
Right.
Wu-Tang Clan ain't nothing to fuck with.
Fuck no, I love some Wu-Tang.
Who's your favorite member?
I gotta say ODB.
Well, I mean, my favorite member is down here Wait.
The only rap show I've ever been to was actually a 9-hour Wu-Tang show. It was at the
Oh my
House of
God.
Blues. It was at the House of Blues show, Chicago. Every member
Wait.
came out and did their own individual set, and then at the end of the night, all of them came out, and it was ODB's last show before he died.
You were there?
I was there at the House of Blues. Hell
You
yeah!
want to know what's fucked up?
You were
So
probably
was
there, weren't
I.
you?
Yes, I was.
Nope.
Because when he got on the stage and he was like, "Hey, Dirty, baby, I got your money. Won't you worry?" I said, "Hey,
fuck yeah."
Yeah. Oh yeah, now I'm gonna be blaring ODB tonight. Thanks.
That means, ho, you've been shitted on. I'm not the first dog that shitted on your lawn.
Shimmy, shimmy, ya, shimmy, yeah, shimmy, yay. ODB is my absolute favorite. Then I got to give it up to Redman and
I
Method
can't
Man.
believe that.
Yes. Dude, and they still live in
Dude, I can't believe that Maddie's walking
deep-ass
away from Psycho Stick.
apartments in New York.
Psycho Sticks lives in Maddie.
Yes, they are. Maddie's he's got other thing, you know. I mean, I really can't say, but yeah, he's
Oh, another independent band that's gotten big because of that thing Patron or Patreon is Small Town Titans.
Oh, I fucking love their cover of the Grinch song. Is my favorite version of any Christmas song ever.
Well, that and Corey Taylor's "Fuck Christmas."
Did we lose Rage?
Yeah,
No.
that's a good one too. No,
We didn't lose me.
I said it's my favorite cover of any Christmas song.
Right.
Corey Taylor's
no.
"Fuck Christmas" is an original.
Trucker Chris keeps asking if they lost me, and obviously you're replying to me, so no. I will say this: I actually use Small Town Titan. I actually use Small Town Titan for my entrance music.
Oh, right on.
You know what song? I'll give it. I'll tell you. Devil's Choir.
I'm gonna have to go through their catalog and I'm gonna re-listen to their catalog while at work tomorrow.
Dude, listen to Devil's Choir and you'll know my entrance music.
All right, I'm straight up. When I go to work, the first thing I do is put on my earbuds and turn on YouTube and find a album to listen to.
Their cover of Folsom Prison Blues, love it.
Volbeat has a kick-ass cover of Folsom Prison Blues, and so does Royal Bliss.
I'm gonna tell you now, fucking Small Town Titans version of Folsom is actually better than Volbeat's.
Well, you know what? I can imagine with his voice.
Oh yeah, this band, TJ, you're gonna have to look them up. They're called Small Town Titan,
and he's got his range goes from baritone, and then he can go up.
He can go to opera soprano quick.
No shit.
From a baritone and hit keys while going.
After the show, TJ, look up Small Town Titan. Yeah. And my phone just died.
Oh yeah, I will. All right, so hey, what do you guys think about having Rage on more?
Hell yeah.
Oh, I think. All right. So,
he said something about his phone.
Let's go ahead and wrap it up. Final thoughts tonight. Let's start with. Yeah, I noticed he's frozen like he's eating a booger or something. What do you mean you don't hear me?
I hear TJ.
Are you hearing me, Chris?
I hear my dogs. I hear you.
Well, I don't hear TJ or Rage.
Okay. Do you need?
Rage is frozen up.
Well, Rage froze up.
What else is new?
All right, so let's do it like this. Trucker Chris, what's your final thoughts tonight? Chris, you might have to relay this.
Trucker Chris, what's your final thoughts?
Trucker Chris's final thoughts.
Well, I mean, I can only give my final thoughts on what the conversation was originally about. That, you know, these guys that are getting their CDLs, they need to get ready for a rude awakening when they get out here in the real world in an uncontrolled environment. As far as sports goes, with all the new changes and everything, I wish every team the best of luck, especially the teams that I root for. Wrestling, I don't much know anything about it anymore because I quit following it years ago. As far as the music you were talking about, Volbeat, I actually love their fucking music. I have a lot of their music on my phone. And as far as alcohol goes, hey, if that's what trips your trigger, knock yourself out.
Chronic Chris, final thoughts.
All right on. Ladies and gentlemen, the event is April 13th. I am excited for it. All the money is going back into the Asgard Radio, keeping the bands on the road. And me and Slider are, working hard on this. And we just, hey, donate, because this actually, if a band breaks down on the road, if their equipment gets stolen or broken, if a venue forgets to pay them, we also want to add in for aspiring musicians. I got people that will teach music lessons. I got music stores that will donate equipment, places that, so help out. We got the GoFundMe. We got the show coming up. We are so excited for all of this, for all of the independent artists and everything. And also, I was trying to say earlier, the next time you see me, ladies and gentlemen, I'm actually going to go get a new tattoo this week.
Nice.
So, yeah, I'm all excited for that. And I don't know what else I got for final thoughts. TJ gave me the microphone, and I'm going.
Oh, TJ's out?
No, TJ's still
Everybody,
here.
thank you for tuning in tonight on this Super Bowl Sunday night.
Super Bowl!
Thank you for tuning in tonight on this Super Bowl Sunday night. We hope you have a great night. Be safe. Do not wreck your car. Do not be a dumb trucker that doesn't know how to do anything other than parallel park. And by all means, come back next week. We want to see you. Thank you, Rage, for joining us for the first time in forever. Trucker Chris, thank you for bringing it home to. Thank you for bringing it home to a Mayhem Unleashed original reunion.
I despise both teams, but I despise the 49ers even more.
I don't think Chris can hear a damn thing TJ's saying, and I can barely hear Chris.
I can't hear a goddamn word.
No, I don't think he can either.
Like, I can hear you, Chris, but I can't hear TJ.
Like I said,
shit.
All right, so Chris, tell him. I'm still kind of going through my whole ending.
He's still kind of doing his whole ending.
But thank you. And tell him I said thank you for joining us to bring the whole original Mayhem Unleashed reunion home.
Thank you for joining us tonight, for bringing the original Mayhem Unleashed home, back to the original roots with Trucker Chris, Rage, TJ, and Chronic Chris, way back when we were doing this thing years ago.
Well, yeah, when we were on Podbean. Remember old Podbean?
Barely. Well, I've actually been watching Sheldon lately. And Sheldon's got the internet. I heard the most annoying sound I haven't heard in 20 years, but god damn, that dial-up tone is fucking annoying.
Everybody, thanks again for tuning in. Remember, FLH is the only way to ride. We will see you next week right here on Mayhem's Amigos. Good night.